Welcome back to the world of Tapir. The story thus far is that the False Sun crew, after having defeated the Glimmer Lord in his plan to start a second incursion, they set sail. They had parley with a on-again, off-again antagonist known as Mal, and learned what favor they owe of Mal. After making a quick detour, teleporting to McCreer through the portal to discover the spider construct that Mal had activated, which had some defenses. Y'all spent the night in McCreer and then set sail to the manta ray construct. Had a quick chat with Dr. Tross, in which your new crew member stayed on the ship and didn't get to meet the good doctor. And then started sailing south to Modicto in order to cash in your favor to Mal, as well as do some things that need to be done in Modicto. On the way, y'all encountered the ship which y'all hadn't seen in quite some months. Chivalrous Shex's ship shop. The goblin merchant who has an affinity for old weird things. Corvus learned that the favor that she owes to the being within Sushi's sword wanted the masks displayed on Shex's wall, and after some negotiations, managed to obtain one of them. And then y'all had effectively been kicked out, as Shex was eager to head to the manta ray construct to see what old ancient goodies lie there. So, False Sun crew, y'all are back on your ship. What do you do?
Yeah. Big ship.
I guess.
We're just trying to learn how to sail.
I guess I'm just like trying to prepare something like in my quarters for like later tonight. Like if I don't get it quickly done, or just prepare for like a ceremony in my room.
Okay, what kind of ceremony?
Lavir's just gonna be contemplating how he's gonna
That
do
would be
his task.
commune.
Oh, you're casting Commune.
Yeah, commune. Yeah.
Okay.
Commune would be a very different spell.
It would be a different spell. Commune is something only
Be a
kobolds
useful
and
spell.
goblins can learn. Alright. So,
And dwarves. I figured dwarves have unions.
yeah, they have unions, but they're still a capitalistic structure.
True. Gnomes, maybe.
Hobbits, or halflings.
Halflings come in herds.
Yeah.
They
Anywho,
just kind of wander.
Anywho, Corvus, as you feel the rocking of your boat, or as you feel the rocking of the ship, you and meditate in front of the small shrine to the Raven Queen you have in your room, lighting the various incense and focusing. You close your eyes and let the divinity flowing, channeling through you, and when you open them, you see that bird, that raven with the black feathers, but with the white on its head, and the wing feathers that gradient from black to white. And it stares at you.
Alrighty then. Well, pardon my interruption, dear ma'am. I was wondering if I could ask you if one of your children arrived safely to your realm. That being my captain, Varen.
All right, now to recap on the spell, you're allowed to ask yes or no questions, and if I'm remembering correctly, the answer could be yes, no, or uncertain.
Yeah, you're correct on that.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
It looks at you and it tilts its head, and it starts like preening its feathers, but doesn't seem to pull any of them out.
So, but do you know if she's passed on or not, even if she's not in your realm? That's a question for them.
It looks at you with a hint of consideration in its eyes and preens the other wing, pulling out a broken a broken feather and laying it at your feet.
I see. I guess it really is true then.
Well, mechanically, the broken feather counts as a no. They don't know.
Broken feather?
Yeah.
They don't know?
Yes. The first time you asked if they did it, the finding no feather was uncertain. Finding a broken feather is a no. So they are uncertain if Varen had passed on to the astral plane. And when you ask if they know whether or not Varen has passed, the answer is no. They don't know.
This is just all so hectic.
I believe
it's not your fault. It's not your fault, Raven Queen. It's just been so very tough these past few days of like me just trying to like come to think of like, am I even doing right now?
It pulls.
Am I
it starts preening again, and pulls out a solid feather. And as it lays it down, it flies towards the ceiling and disappears into a dust, answering that final question you just asked.
Full feather.
Can I get a quick little recap?
Sure.
It's for the notes. I forgot to write it. I forgot to write them down.
Okay, basically, I did a commune. I did a commune with the Raven Queen, and first question I asked was like whether or not she entered into the realm of the Raven Queen, but she gave like an unsure answer. Then my second question is, do you know if she's passed on? Then she gave me a broken feather saying no. Last question, it was me asking her if I was doing any good, and she gave me a whole feather, meaning yes.
So did Varen pass to the Raven Queen's domain? Did Varen pass into the astral?
And then the last one being
ethereal.
Well, passed on. Basically, if she died, she gave a no to her knowledge.
No, what you asked was if she knows whether or not Varen died, and the answer is no.
To her knowledge, yeah, that's what I meant when I was saying to her knowledge.
To her knowledge, she does not know.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one
was about whether or not if I was doing good in her
All right. Did Varen pass the Raven Queen's domain? Unsure. Does the Raven Queen know if Varen is dead? No. Am I a good girl? Yes.
Alright.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
Mhm.
Anything else anyone wants to do this day before we roll on to the next sea event?
Just
I mean,
sitting in the captain's quarters, thinking about how he's going to do his task.
Sushi's gonna try to train Shiny a little, but
Alright.
she's not good at it.
Animal handling.
Yeah, roll an animal handling.
Okay. $16.
Alright, so describe how you are training Shiny.
I am rewarding him for not making grabby hands when I hold magic items close to him.
Okay.
So if he does grabby hands, no treat. If he does no grabby hands, treat.
Okay. You've
I'm
got
trying to get him to stay on my shoulder and not, like, go chasing after magic things.
Okay. You managed to. I mean, he's about half your size, but you managed to.
Oh, right, I hold him like a backpack.
Yeah. You managed to get it so he's not trying to grab at your earring every like second, and now it's only like every couple minutes he tries to grab at it.
Cool. Progress.
Shiny.
Progress, Shiny.
Shiny.
You're shiny.
Shiny.
Oh,
Alright.
so cute and squishy.
Anything anyone else wants to do?
We're just gonna make her a little more to her liking.
Alright, and how you do that?
Probably just put some stuff up. Maybe have like some flowers put out. You take like some of her little things, little knickknacks or something. Just kind of put them on places.
Alright. You just get flowers to grow out of the wood.
I mean, if that's a thing that she can do, yes.
I'll allow it.
That sounds awesome.
You've got a thing to grow flowers.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I have the seeds for them too. So just
Yeah. You managed to get grass growing on the ground and flowers and vines growing up the wall. It's a very vibrant and green room. If it weren't for the window gazing out at the sea, you wouldn't even know that this is you wouldn't even know that this is on a ship.
maybe like some of the flowers are orange and blue
Yeah.
and pink.
Maybe some like glowing mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get some pillows at some point. It's a bit extra fluffy.
Alright. And Lavere, you want to do anything this day with the rest?
Nah, he's just basically if we're not actively trying to do things, Lavere is basically just doing his captainly duties and in his free time thinking about how in the world he's going to pull off his task.
Yeah. Alright. In that case, go ahead and roll me another D100 as the next week starts going by. Actually, wait, before you do that, there is one thing that we need to do. Let's see. Here it is. Let me just change the music real quick. So, Corvus, as you go to sleep that night, you have a dream. You're in a vast void, a place you've seen before. There's like an inch of some kind of like oil substance, and there's cracks along the sky, letting a little bit of light coming through. In the center, there is a table, sitting at which is a figure in white wearing a rat mask, and and sitting across from him is Sushi.
I look at this and I go, Sushi, is that you in the flesh, like in this weird place? Or am I just dreaming? I asked, like,
It's
what
it.
is.
Yeah, it's you. You're Sushi. You have a dream that you're sitting at the table with your patron again, and you look over and there's Corvus, who just asks you a really weird question.
Hi, Bird.
It is her. Okay. I guess this is all because of you, huh? You have me all connected with your whimsy webs and such now. Didn't think I would ever get to be like this in all my time.
You talk a lot, Bird.
I
Uh,
pulled you in here to you retrieved something for me.
yes, this one mask over here.
Alright. Was it the dragon mask or the rabbit mask that you took? Or that you got?
I believe it was the dragon mask. We're leaving the rabbit class
Alright.
for very good reasoning.
He takes it and he says, and he inspects it and says, well, the magic was long faded last time I saw, and it's absolutely dead by now. But at least make it look like it used to. Yeah, as he holds it in his hand, you can see like the various cracks starting to repair. You can see color returning to it, and where once was an extremely faded and cracked and damaged mask is now intact. It's green. It's got some fairly solid detail. Each scale having a sort of shading painted onto it. Are you putting something in the microwave?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very well made. He says,
There's a microwave in the goo.
yeah, there's a microwave in the goo.
Nobody knows how to use it, but it's there.
Yeah. I don't know. I just say whatever food I'm feeling like eating, and it makes it, and then I feel like it's very well rested when I eat it.
For some reason, I have a craving for Hot Pockets.
They call them
I
hot
don't know what a
pockets.
Hot Pocket is.
They call them hot pockets, but on the inside they're cold.
Mm.
But only in the center.
Tee hee.
Fine.
We have fun.
He waves his hand, and from the sludge arises a what at first looks like a humanoid made of the sludge, but it falls and drips down, revealing a mannequin. And he places the mask on its on the mannequin. You can see a trail of light dripping from the mask onto the mannequin as it surrounds it, enveloping it in a It's a chainmail armor, but it's made of a black metal, but the metal has like a weird shine to it, almost like platinum. Well, I do want to thank you. And once you get the other mask, then our deal will be squared away.
Alright.
How did she bring a physical item in here?
He just points up to the sky where the cracks are.
Does that mean I could take stuff out?
No.
I like reach down and get a handful of goop.
It feels it's got the same kind of viscosity as ketchup.
You know what? I was hoping for more of an oobleck. That is gross.
Yeah, I know. Things can come in, but getting out is very, very tricky. Nothing can go out unless I deem it. Unless it's myself, obviously.
Uh-huh.
It has taken a lot of... You have no idea how much power it took to allow you to go when you died.
Fair enough.
It would have been
Well, I'm not dead
impossible
now,
without...
so...
Well, yes, you're not. I'd prefer you keep it that way.
No promises.
Well, if you do die, you're coming back here, and if this person, this wonderful lady over here, does not have the resources to help you, then, well, you're gonna be stuck here with me, and you don't want to be stuck here with me 24/7.
I know. You're a dick. However, I feel like I can make myself more annoying to you than you can to make yourself annoying to me.
You know, you're not the first person to say that.
This is the song that never ends.
He snaps his finger, and the sludge crawls up you and clamps your mouth shut. Please don't test my patience.
Gross.
Because, let me tell you, I am extremely patient, and it should not be tested. I have been here for thousands of years, and I have met many people like you. And if you die, that will be unfortunate, but someone else will come along, pick up the sword, and continue the work. Don't forget that you're not exactly my last resort. You're just one in a long line of resorts. You're dismissed. Snaps his finger and both of you wake up in your respective rooms.
I'm cool. Like, I just was like sleep longer, but I guess I'm up now.
It's dawn.
Sushi kind of just like pushes the blanket off of her, which at this point is probably like udon. And just kind of like. Choop.
I was thinking soba.
Soba would be like a weighted blanket.
Yeah. Corvus, looking through your stuff, you don't find the mask.
I would
Udon's more of a
assume
pillow.
considering like a demonic entity such as that could easily access it, since I willed it into being inside that domain. Makes sense. But I'll just go over to Sushi and want to discuss with her if she. Hey, princess, you got a minute?
The Udon answers the door, rubbing his eyes. It is way too early. You really need to talk to her?
Well, very much so. I had my night's sleep interrupted by her patron of sorts.
Yeah. Princess Sushi, you got a guest.
You put the tea on.
Yeah. Yeah, goes into the ship's kitchen and starts boiling some water.
We need to get more blocks of tea. We must be running out by now.
Probably.
A single block can last a person like a year, and y'all got like 10
Yeah.
blocks.
We got 1 block.
Oh, you did? I thought you got like 10.
Well, however, it was a whole thing of tea, which I guess has blocks that can be broken off of it and shaved down.
Yeah. What? Didn't you buy like a box full of 10? 10 bricks?
I
No, it
I
was
only got
one solid thing.
Oh.
Whatever the
One solid
largest
bar.
solid is.
Oh.
And I think the ones we got sold in the area we were just the little bars that are like, yeah, they're like a year-ish. But, we're a crew that likes tea a lot. Compare that to like the Chinese ones, which are like the big circles about the size of a cheese wheel. Those would last us longer.
Yeah,
But we're not fancy enough.
This was basically, I think, probably about the size of like a bar of baker's chocolate and about twice as thick.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
y'all have only been sailing almost 6 months.
drink
It's
tea a lot.
probably they do drink a lot of it. It is specifically green tea.
Yeah.
Remember, this crew involves Levere, who drinks tea a bunch, and then also Sushi, as well as 3 other Japanese.
Inspired
People.
people.
Yeah. And that's just a very important thing for both of them. Tea,
Speaking
like,
of
3 times a day.
Oh, I forgot to loop the music.
Levere, bleary-eyed and sleepy, just kind of stumbles into Sushi's room and takes a cup of tea and leaves.
Oh, the tea's made in the kitchen, which is just outside. Like the kitchen / common space.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Thanks, Udon.
Okay.
Slurp.
No problem. It's about dawn at this point. Udon sets the table and some tea, enough for you, Corvus, and himself,
I have a question.
and Levere.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is coffee widely available in this world, or is tea the most reliable source of caffeine?
I believe I'd have to check my notes, but I'm pretty sure coffee is like a brand new thing. Like, I made a joke about a bar. I feel like I made a joke about a bar that didn't sell alcohol, but instead potions that give you energy, and it was a coffee shop. Does that sound like something I did in this
Where
campaign?
does coffee come from? Is it imported from somewhere far away, or is it like from McGreer or something?
It would definitely
It is
be
a desert tree.
It would definitely be a McGreer.
Because coffee as a plant comes from the desert.
Yeah.
In our world, from Arabia, so it would make sense for McGreer.
Yeah.
Well,
multiple reasons.
McCreer is more the American desert. If we want to go with
It's
an
a
Arabian
mesa.
desert, it would be like... Yeah, McCreer is mesas. If we're wanting...
But also, this
It
is
probably-
this is also fantasy world, so it'd be fantasy
It's
coffee.
good enough.
But I know for a fact that I did write down coffee.
She's saying something about
in
leaving leaving something in the bathroom that you should pick up.
You forgot to mute
Yeah.
yourself.
That was her.
Gunmetal. You're not muted,
There we go.
boy.
I,
There you go.
I muted gunmetal.
you.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, coffee, desert,
Yeah.
tea, water valleys,
Co-
chocolate jungle, and I don't even know if we
coffee
have
is-
chocolate.
coffee is. I'm pretty sure y'all have eaten chocolate, but coffee is definitely a McCreer thing because they would have the machines to make coffee.
Chocolate would probably come from the somewhere in the middle, whichever the jungle
Shamir.
country is. We've got to have a jungle country.
Yes, I know they're. I think the jungles are either part of Shamira or Vistar.
And then tea probably comes from the like
Jureel.
Asian-inspired stuff in the east, and
Yeah.
Uriel
you know, water
and,
valleys. Usually, the first tea stuff comes from like river valleys and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anywho, so what, Corvus, what did you want to talk to Sushi about?
Yes, I wanted to talk to her about like our meeting. About how her patron was speaking to them.
Yeah. So?
Don't you feel, I don't know, a bit mishandled, you know, like by the way he was speaking to you?
Why would I do that? Feel that way?
I mean, I don't know. It's that he was not trying to be like charming, just saying like you were replaceable and such. Like, I'm just wondering if you're okay.
He's treated me better than my father ever did.
Oh my god. I'm just saying, it's just like, I know you might not have like some sort of idea about how someone higher up should treat you like as like a worker, but just try to get a bit more self-respect, okay? That's just all I really gotta say to you, princess. It's a lot more important to
I don't know what you mean. I respect myself.
Yeah, but what about letting others disrespect? Especially since you're out working for the guy willingly.
Of course I am. He's helped me through the darkest times.
Yeah, and I feel like he should be grateful that you're still willing to help him even after like the whole death incident.
I mean, I'm gonna die someday, aren't I?
Well, yes, but I'm saying like you could have easily just stopped. Could have just told me I don't want to go, but you still want to keep on working on this.
Well, I mean, either way, when I die, I will keep on working. Whether it's in this world or, you know, the next. She nods at her sword.
I just like that just feels like you won't have any time for peace or anything of the sort. It's not fine in my eyes. I just want everyone to just feel good about themselves and not have to like work it like when their time comes.
If I may interject, you hear a voice say as the little slime rat crawls out of Sushi's collar onto her shoulder.
Lime rat.
Yeah, you're familiar.
Yeah, I know. It's just cute.
If you are that concerned, then perhaps you could aid Sushi more in the quest to free the sword.
If I'm that concerned.
Corvus, can I confide something in you?
Well, yes, you could go ahead since I'm already was confiding in you something that I didn't need to.
You know how your entire worldview is about how souls should enter the wherever it is you want them to go and continue until they reach the place they require, either some paradise or a reincarnation or any other form of pushing beyond.
Yeah.
What I found out when I first met my patron is he's not some demon, some creature from the pit that has been trapped here. Not something, which is what we have always been told. Someone who would have simply gone back to hell. As far as I can tell, he's a living soul. One that should have entered samsara thousands upon thousands of years ago. It's not evil. He's not someone trying to extend his unnatural lifespan. He wants out, even if that means going to the realm of yours.
I like to roll insight on this.
All right, go ahead and roll insight.
Like seriously, like this is like the most serious Corvus is at hearing this right now.
25.
25.
All right, Sushi, roll a d20, and then add either your persuasion or your deception, depending on whether or not you're lying.
$24.
All right, I'll let you narrate what. I'll let you say what Corvus said, what Corvus sees, or with that insight.
Corvus, you see Sushi at her most calm. For the entire time you've known her, she's been essentially a wreck. Every time she fights, she goes into battle lust. Every time she sits and tries to calm down, she's been overwhelmed by ennui and other forms of depression and anger. But she seems sincere. Everything that you see is a person who wants just one simple thing and to continue her goals. It's the one thing she has going. And as far as she's aware, as far as you can tell, she seems to believe every word she's saying.
Sushi, after hearing you out, I apologize for like my rudeness to you. I see what you've been doing, what you've been hiding before is something that could have easily got us into blows easily before. But seeing you like this, so unlike you whenever I saw you, thinking like you're just some disorganized person not knowing what to do after leaving like their pampered lifestyle, or in this case a lot more feudalistic lifestyle. I've made assumptions of you, maybe even logically assumptions of you. I'm sorry for all of that. Yeah.
Corvus, my friend, listen. We both have led lives with a lack of general experience. We just have had very different forms of upbringing. You had your faith, and I had the two lives. On the top, sure, but in ways with stress. You have to understand, I've never wanted to demean you. I'm just simply saying, there's more to who I am than what you originally believed.
Thank you. I guess we're actually doing this. I'll help you.
Good.
All right.
Also, I think that I was just kind of bad at combat, so I think I should probably be able to do this faster now that I figured something out.
Bad at combat, huh? Are you sure it wasn't just like my tendencies rubbing off on you?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Sushi just kind of gives like a weak thumbs up, double thumbs up.
All right. As the day continues and the week continues after your heart to heart and you have nothing but open sea ahead of you, Lavir, why don't you roll a D100?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie Loki.
83.
83. As you're sailing, one day you see a storm brewing up ahead.
Oh.
It's causing
One of
waves.
these days we're gonna get a 100 or a 1. And that's gonna be fun.
As the rain starts to hit the ship, you can see the waves are starting to get big. You hear lightning cracking down, illuminating the sky. What do you do?
I'm gonna steer I'm gonna have the crew take down put the sails up, as in, rolled up and away.
All right.
So that they're not getting wildly destroyed by the howling winds.
All right.
I'm going to point the ship at a 45-degree angle into the wind.
All right. You're gonna Lavir it.
Well, lavering specifically is sailing against the wind and having
Okay.
the sails put up.
Okay. As the storm hits you full force, it is dark. It is, despite being midday, it is as though it were midnight, and the rain is frigid as winter is quickly approaching. Roll perception.
All right. Hold on. Rolling perception. 21.
All right.
Thank God it rid of that because it was almost a 4.
As you're showing, you can see a massive wave is starting to build and head your way. Yeah, Sushi's attendants are like trying to make sure everything's tied down properly. You can see Udon is like holding on to the ropes for dear life as this wave is very rapidly approaching.
Soba's
looking
the only
into
one
it,
that can actually do the sails.
Yeah.
I do not necessarily have the boating experience that Levere does. Hence, I'm Googling what to do in the case of a storm.
Drive into the wave.
Yeah, at a slight angle.
All right.
Because you don't want it to knock you over. So you want it to be at least close to the bow or port. Not
Stern.
port. The back or the front.
Bow or stern.
That's the word.
So as you pull hard to port and try to get yourself aligned, I'm gonna need everyone to make a dexterity save with advantage.
Oh yeah.
As
Okay, let's see if I can do better than a 19 then. I can. 26.
11. I rolled 2 7s.
That's
Lucky
a
number
shame.
7.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Corvus.
Maybe this is the point when I learned that I probably shouldn't be wearing heavy armor on the ship.
all right. Corvus.
If I drown, I will laugh. Actually.
Corvus.
Corvus, make a dex save or else you're gonna be thrown off the ship.
Hold on. Yeah, that's just you posting in there. Gunmetal. You gotta let us know when you leave. Hold on. Let me add them.
I guess I could probably use the chain to catch myself.
Well, as the wave hits, while we're waiting for Gunmetal, you need to make a dex save. A giant wave is hitting the ship.
Roll with
Okay.
advantage.
Yeah.
Roll up with advantage. Okay.
Dex save.
Okay.
Okay.
Non-natural 20.
The massive
Natural
wave, a massive wave hits, and those who are towards the back of the ship end up just. When the water splashes over, you look around, do a head check. You count Corvus, yourself, Reija, Udon, Soba. You don't see Sushi or Ramen.
Oh, no, not ramen.
Sushi, you and Ramen have just you're currently falling overboard. The water is rapidly coming towards you. What do you do? Ramen is currently screaming.
All right, I'm gonna do the what I consider to be the most likely possible thing I can figure out to do. I'm gonna throw my sword.
All right.
It has the chain attached, and I'm going to try to use it to stick into the ship and then hold on using the chain.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Is Ramen holding on to you? Are you holding on to Ramen? What's going on with Ramen?
Not yet.
I'm imagining you're gonna Spider-Man this.
I'm gonna try to catch her afterwards, but if I fall, I'm not gonna try to grab her because I will be dragging her down. Because again, I'm in heavy armor.
Yeah.
$25.
You managed to stick it in real good, and the chain is currently, as you have the chain wrapped around your hand like Kratos, it suddenly goes taut,
I am
and
now
you start.
going to try to grab her.
You start swinging right towards you. I need you to make a dexterity save, or a dexterity check.
Fuck.
Hmm.
6.
as you go, as you start swinging, you reach out your hand and she tries to grab it. You notice her glasses have fallen off her face, and she reaches out and grabs just a couple inches away from your hand and falls past.
We see this.
Uh,
I'm gonna try to grab her with my tail.
all right, make another dexterity check, and it'll have a higher DC.
22.
As you realize that she is falling, you quickly wrap your tail around hers, and it hurts as it goes taut, but you manage to. She's still screaming. All right, she didn't get.
Why did my dad turn this into our symbol for the house?
She did.
This hurts a lot more than I thought.
She didn't get Gwen Stacy'd, but you're currently hanging from the ship. Everyone else, go ahead and roll perception to see if you hear her yelling over the sound of rain and thunder. All right, yeah, Levere and Corvus.
23.
Both of you definitely hear her yelling from the stern, and running over, looking below deck. You can see them both dangling from the chain. The sword is stuck into the ship. Sushi is hanging from the chain. Ramen is hanging tail to tail from Sushi.
I got a nat 20 on mine. Razor's running over.
All right.
Corvus
Levere's
is
tying a
immediately
rope.
trying to save her right now.
How are you?
Levere is currently tying a rope to the railing of the ship.
All right. And Corvus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to immediately save her by immediately trying to raise her my unfurled scythe, basically as try to get her to as a pulley to try to pull her up with it.
Oh no, she's
Using
her chain is 30 feet long. They're
30.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Oh yeah,
the
so I
wind?
wouldn't be able to reach. I wouldn't be able to reach. Okay.
How's the wind?
the wind is pretty bad.
Fuck.
Y'all can reach the chain.
Well, I got the rope of mending, which is great
That is great.
because I've got that and also just 50 feet of other rope,
Yeah.
so I can just tie them together and have a nice 100-foot length of rope to throw down with, probably some sort of weight, maybe a rock,
Or
maybe tie a cannonball to it.
all right. Go ahead and mark off one cannonball of whichever size you want. As you toss it into the ocean, Sushi, there's now a rope next to you, which Ramen quickly wraps around her arms to get some kind of safety.
Right, I'm gonna try to drag us both in.
All right, we have not made note. We have not had ship combat in over 2.5 years.
To be fair, y'all were in the desert for quite some time. Last time y'all had ship combat, I believe, was against the slavers. No, because y'all decided to just get close and jump onto their ship to fight them on their deck.
Yeah. All right, I've used one of the short-range balls.
All right. Go ahead and make athletics, Sushi. As you're dragging Ramen up the rope with you.
Rope and chain.
Yep. Which makes it a little bit
Little bit
easier.
easier.
It lowers the DC.
Fuck. 10.
Alright. As you try to climb, you keep slipping. The rain is making it hard to grab.
Look, if I had time, I would have tied knots in it. This isn't exactly the kind of situation where I've got 20 minutes to tie knots every 2 feet on the rope.
Yeah, well, you've never seen a shipwreck climb.
I don't think we're seeing it now, your familiar says.
We're
You
just
are
gonna
not
keep an
helpful.
eye, just in case it looks like they're going. Either of them are going to fall.
You didn't. The good news is with a 10, you didn't lose any. You didn't go further. You didn't slide down.
Sushi just like looks at her familiar and just goes, "You know, there is such a thing as dead weight."
Correct. Perhaps you should leave. Any gestures to Ramen.
Sushi just picks him up and drops him in the water.
As he lands in the water, you can see him like dissipating into the sludge. It's like in Splatoon.
Mm.
All right, climb again.
All right, you go ahead and make an
Athletics
yeah
again?
athletics.
Oh fuck! Sick.
As you try to make another climb, your one of your hands does slip and you fall down a bit. Your foot lands on Ramen's head. She's like, "Arr!" As she's spitting out rainwater and ocean water. She's got her legs in the ocean.
We're gonna try again.
We're just gonna try and climb down.
All right, make an athletics.
Oof.
I'm not sure if that's helpful.
It might be. 17.
All right, you managed to get down to them.
Okay, I'm going to grab Sushi, and I am going to look up, and I'm going to dimension door us back up onto the ship.
What about ramen?
Back for her! Come on, you're the one with the armor.
All right.
Yeah, but I can climb.
Dimension door only allows one passenger. Sorry.
Yeah, but it does. Hold on. If you don't want to abandon Ramen, then you can roll to resist the dimension door. If you are unwilling to teleport out.
I need to come back for her. It's not gonna take very long.
Be careful.
All right. Are you gonna try and resist the dimension door?
No, hopefully my tail isn't the only thing holding Robin up.
All right. You pop into the onto the deck of the ship.
We're just gonna run back over and go back down again.
All right.
Immediately.
You see that Ramen has slipped a bit more. She's still holding on to the rope, though, because she had her arm wrapped around it. But, like, her entire chest is in the water now. Go ahead and make an athletics check to climb back down.
Uh, 19.
You manage to slide down the rope without too much friction burn because the water makes it somewhat slippery. But you manage to get down there and grab her hand.
Alright, let's go. And dimension door us up.
You appear on the deck, just poof, on the deck, and she like falls over onto her back. Her eyes are closed.
Are you guys okay?
There's no response.
Oh no, don't worry. I'll get them up. Let me just take care of you right now. I'm gonna go ahead and cast like spare the dying.
Okay.
Just so they be stable.
All right.
Like because we've just been through a turbulent situation like that.
As you lay your hands on and let the divinity flow through you into her to keep her just on the brink of death rather than fully crossing over you. She coughs and sputters water. And then she starts breathing.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
You're good, Sushi.
okay.
You're good, girl.
That's
You're
ramen.
good, and I. Oh shit! Sorry. I'm sorry. I thought it was immediately going sushi. Sorry.
We're just going to.
Do all mice look the same to Corvus?
sit ramen up and
No.
rub her back a little bit.
No.
No,
Kind of
no.
discreetly do a first level cure wounds.
She coughs a bit more and opens her eyes, squinting, and she's like, where's my glasses?
Oh,
We're gonna have to get you new ones.
Oh,
Do you remember your prescription?
I have it written down.
All right. That's only an acceptable loss. That's good. That's very good.
We'll see if there's any glassmiths in Modicto.
You hear a as more thunder rolls across the sky, and then as a bright flash of lightning strikes just off the ship, and you can see in the brief bit in which it's almost as bright as day, you can see what looks like a hand sticking out of the water. The silhouette of a massive hand the size of an island sticking out. Before it's...
Island?
holy shit! What's that?
Go ahead and roll perception, Lavir and Corvus and Sushi.
I'm going to use a lucky point. I want better than
Actually,
14.
no, yeah, Lavir, Corvus, and Sushi.
Dang it, I got a
24.
9.
All right.
24.
8.
All right, the other don't really notice anything about the other than it just being a massive hand sticking out of the water. But as the waves swallow it, and it's no longer visible, Lavir, you realize something like clicks in your head. A massive storm, a giant hand, specifically in that position. You quietly scratch at your wrist brace,
Bracer.
specifically the where the blue gem is. It's it kind of looked like the hand that you fought the wizard at in the when you fought the illusory wizard. The storm seems right. The position of the hand seems right. The size seems right. But
Do I notice anything on the hand?
there doesn't seem to be anything on the hand. At least not that you can tell. But eventually the waves swallow it and it's no longer visible between that and the dark of the storm, but you manage to weather the rest of the storm, and eventually, after several hours, you manage to get out of it.
What was that smudge on the horizon, Lavir?
A familiar place.
And you didn't want to go?
Storm's a bit choppy. The water's too rough.
You're choppy.
Alright.
Right. Well, Sushi will try to dry off until she doesn't look like a drowned rat.
So you all manage to do your best to dry off and recoup after such a intense storm. Anything else y'all want to do this day?
I guess.
Other than wring out his clothes, not really.
All right.
I guess
Man,
maybe
Levere-
like
Levere's
just.
gonna wake up and he's gonna have an inch-thick layer of fucking verdigris on him.
Yeah. You got,
Oh my god.
Except around his
verdigris?
eyes, which still remains nice and shiny.
yeah, like the treasure of a sunken pirate wreck. Scrub the deck.
Hmm.
Also, your armpits will not have verdigris, or your thighs. Pretty much anything that rubs.
Shiny thighs.
Yeah.
All that seawater getting on deck from the waves definitely gonna rust him a bit.
Yeah, or tarnish.
Yeah.
Tarnish one.
Alright, is that the only event we
Yes,
have? Or?
that is the event of that that you had rolled.
No, I mean,
So, you have about 2 more weeks before you get to Modicto. So, Levere, why don't you roll another D100? See what the coming week has.
All right. 41.
41. Ooh, this one's gonna be interesting.
on the ocean.
As one morning, a few days after the storm, one morning, you come out at dawn. You make yourself some tea. You go to the helm to make sure you're staying on course, and you look off to the horizon. See, you're sailing south, so the horizon where the sun would be coming up would be on the port side. Yeah.
Port left?
Yes. I have it pinned in the DM
Then
notes.
yes. Do you have the picture?
Yes! Or not, I have it in the Tapir notes. I have it pinned in the Tapir notes.
Yeah.
Uh,
As we've discussed, that is on the ship, but it is written in precursor.
yes. So, as you look port side at the sun starting to rise, sort of southeast, you see a green flash of light on the horizon.
Huh.
As you
Those are pretty rare. Nice. I'll have to tell Tross about that.
As you continue sailing several hours, around midday or so, you're looking through your spyglass and you can see that there seems to be a wreckage of a ship up ahead. There's wood debris floating. There's corpses
Alright,
bloated. You can
alright.
As you're looking, you can see the masts where someone has been tied to it. Obviously dead, but it seems like somebody glued the captain's hat to his scalp. But as you're sailing past this scuttled ship, you can see the flag is floating in the water, partially burned, but on it depicts a skull wrapped in chains.
All right,
You want to
man.
explore the ship?
There's not enough ship left to explore.
Damn.
I guess I would
No,
want to,
is there any like boxes floating in the water?
Roll perception.
Well,
25.
Yeah, you see a box floating in the water.
That one.
It's got some it's got some decent filigree on it.
Ooh.
Sushi looking in the complete opposite direction. I think I see a fish.
Are you gonna try and get the box?
Yeah, let's throw down the anchor.
All right. You come to a halt
Oh.
on this. In the distance, as you throw anchor, you can see that there is a not a sandbar. There is a small island in the distance. You can just barely make out the tip of it.
I don't know how big our ship was.
I think it's like 70 feet, not counting the bowsprit.
I mean, it depends on how big you made these.
The
Squares.
each square was 5.
Okay.
70, top to
Turn, but yeah, that includes the little tippy bit.
All right. If I remember rightly, we do have dinghies, right?
Yes, it came with 2 dinghies, or I believe.
All right.
Do you want my help?
Be a good idea.
All right, Sushi.
How far off is the island that you mentioned?
A few miles.
Miles? All right.
Yeah, like you can just barely make out the top of its. It appears to have a mountain, and you can just barely make out the top of it.
And we're headed that direction anyway, right?
Yes.
Oh, we must be near Suravine. No, that's too far. Perhaps we're off the coast of Nadog.
Haven't we been to Nadog before?
No, you have not.
No,
We've discussed
I
Nadog.
assume we're like probably a bit off from Mya or Maya.
Mia? Where's Mia?
That's above Nadog.
You're a little more east than that. It would be that
remember where
small
that-
island that is off the coast of where Nadog and Marmaduke is.
Yeah, I'm saying that's the
Oh.
island, so we're probably
Yeah.
around Maya-ish. Like in the gray water, or the light gray water.
Yeah, you're like right on the border of the dark water and light gray. The dark gray and light gray.
Yeah.
So we're north of Marmaduke.
No, you're in the middle of the dark gray and gray water, like right at the right at the bell of it.
So like east of Maya, like directly east.
Yes, directly east from Maya.
All right. We can check out the island when we're done. Get it when I'm done
Sushi
with
spends
this.
the 20 minutes required to take off all her armor.
All right, but
I think it's cut in half when she has assistance.
yeah, by the time you're done, Levere has successfully pulled out the dinghy and retrieved the box and come back up. Opening it, there's a couple. There were 3 wine bottles in it, but 2 of them has shattered. But one of them is still intact. It does not have a label though, although based on how it looks, it seems to be a red wine.
Ah, slavery wine. Perfect.
Is that all that was in it?
Yeah.
Broken glass and a bottle of wine?
Yep.
Well,
Let's pop it open.
to our first act of piracy.
I'm pretty sure this is scavenging.
Same. Same thing.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep it for later, or should I do a sabrage?
I don't think we're going to drink the whole bottle.
Oh, but it would be fun to do a sabrage.
We can do a sabrash when we get to shore, and we'll buy a bottle.
It is meant to be one of the bubbly wines anyway. I don't think this is a bubbly wine.
No, the bubbly wines tend to be white.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Sabrage is that's what you're supposed to do with like sparkling water,
Water?
sparkling wine, or sparkling water.
Silly.
We don't.
All right.
We don't have that where we're from.
Does ramen drink?
No. Oh, you have seen her drink. She cannot handle it.
Udon definitely drinks. He can't handle it either.
Yeah.
But
He can handle it better. Ramen can't handle a shot of raspberry schnapps.
alright, let's all get drunk and go to this island.
Alright, as you're approaching the island though,
Huzzah!
you do see a ship up ahead. One that is big and has black sails. It is very ornate, and its flag depicts what looks like a sunset, but the shimmering of the water, the reflection of the sun in the water makes it resemble a skull.
Ooh, I like that one.
More pirates. Does that flag look familiar to you, Sushi?
Would Sushi recognize this?
Yes, this is a ship that that regularly had to. This is a ship that your father regularly met with before he was emperor. This is a ship
Oh.
that you all probably would recognize, except for Reja. Corvus would definitely
Maybe
recognize. Corvus would
Oh.
definitely recognize this from her time in the museum, as there was a model of this ship in the section about recent events. It's a ship that is very well known, and Lavir, you would have heard descriptions of it and definitely recognize the flag. For this is the ship of the Pirate King of the Pelcroft, the Chainbreaker.
How many
The
pirate
captain.
kings are there again?
There's two Pirate Kings on this side of Tapir. The Pirate King of the Pelcroft and the Pirate King of the Littree. This is the ship that once sailed the Crepuscular Cavalier before most of them disbanded.
How do you spell Pelcroft again?
Pelcroft.
Okay, I got it right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. Is it pinned in the notes?
I don't know, but I've got it here in the notes.
No, it's not pinned in the notes.
The
Very few things are
Chainbreaker,
picked
the
up
ship
notes.
of the Pirate King, the Pelcroft.
The Pirate King is known as the Chainbreaker.
Oh. I thought that was the name of the ship.
No.
No, it's the title of the Pirate King, presumably because of,
Yeah,
the thing we just saw.
yeah. One of the first acts she did before the whole vampire thing was killing an entire slave trade operation.
Great.
Basically, she is making don't do slavery as one of the rules of the underworld as well as the rules of the upper world, to kind of equalizing things out.
Yeah.
Not that she has to. She's made a
Should
decision.
should we go say hi?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Did you ever meet with her, or just your dad?
I've been on the ship before, but I was kind of small, so I don't think I was paid attention too much.
As
well,
long
you're
as
still pretty small.
as long as you're respectful, it should be fine. You hear Soba say.
All right.
Sushi's like, yeah, but I was like really small.
Yeah.
And she kind of like gestures to her hip, which is like less than a foot off the ground. Like,
She gestures to Ramen.
Okay. The best thing to do is not let them know that. Don't let them know who your father is. Okay, that's probably the best thing to do.
Wouldn't they real?
Maybe he didn't step off on the right foot.
But yeah, just don't tell them who your dad is, and they'll.
Don't say your last name.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't say your surname.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all do names differently over there, don't you?
Yeah. Don't let them know that you're a Nozumi, okay?
All right.
All right.
Oh yeah. Aren't we supposed to like go to her anyway to like be pirates?
Well,
Are we pirates?
Is there
is
there a sign-up sheet?
I think we were supposed to go to her to tell her that the slave trade was back working, but as you can see, I'm pretty sure she already found out.
Well, might as well bring it up anyway, so that she knows that we've taken out our own share.
Yeah.
Get on her good graces a little bit.
Also, don't offer her food. She won't eat it.
Oh, that's fine.
Why?
She only eats food that she makes.
Yeah.
That way she knows she won't
That's
be
what I have
poisoned.
you for.
Yeah.
That's what I have you for. I boop one of them on my nose.
Probably Soba.
Soba. I boop Soba.
Yeah. So, as you dock and set sail, Soba orders Ramen and Udon to stay on the ship to make sure, nothing funny happens. As she joins you in the dinghy headed towards the island. As you approach, you can see several figures. There are 6 of them. And looking ahead, actually there are more than 6. However, one of them, as you approach, you recognize it's a goblin wearing furs and that have a collar with flowers over it, and wipes off some sweat and says, and from this distance, they're not trying to, hide or anything. You can see that he's gathered like several people to a tree and says, "All right, this should be the last ones." Places his hand on the tree, and you see the tree start to crack as a light opens up from it. And he's like, "Go, go, go!" And like several people run through the tree, leaving only 6 people left, including the goblin. The people who are left is a human wearing a large hat. She has faded auburn hair with a couple gray streaks and a rapier to her side and a flowing jacket. Another is a furball that stands tall with orange fur and a burnt, like a bright orange fur and a dark orange, like beard and hair. And he has goggles over his forehead and is covered in a bit of grease and wears thick leather gloves with a tool full of a belt full of some tools from his waistcoat. Another is a tiefling just sitting on a stump, just tossing rocks into the jungle edge. I was like, and occasionally does some stretches. Her skin is a sort of a bluish purple, and her horns sort of like divot out into prongs. And there is a gnome who's so old his beard reaches his the ground, past the ground, and he's wearing some robes that on the back you can see has a symbol of Tyr on it, and he is just keeping a lookout. And you notice one other figure, a massive figure that is big, bulky, metal with a steam stack coming out of its back, which occasionally puffs out steam. However, its design is not that different from the armor Sushi wears in terms of aesthetic, and you can see its face is covered in what appears to be a mask depicting a face with round eyes and long fangs and tusks which curl away from each other. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right, Chalkpy?
Do you mean like an Oni mask?
Exactly.
Like the bottom?
Yes, exactly like an Oni mask.
Is it just covering the like muzzle, or
no,
is
it's a full thing.
The bottom or the
you can't see any.
Okay.
You can't see any kind of flesh from this figure, and the way it moves, you hear like a. And you can see a massive naginata on the strapped on its back.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
The wizard then tosses. Once the last person is, once the last of the regular people are through the trees, which, as it closes, you can see a yellow tiefling, a yellow and green tiefling with a fancy mustache greeting the people that just ran into it before it closes. One that looks familiar to you, Corvus, since I think you're the only one who met him back when he was doing the book signing. But the wizard gets up, stretches, and just waves her hand, and you see from her bag a bunch of tents come out and start constructing constructing themselves. And that is where y'all. That is when y'all arrive.
Well, did not think of seeing them out.
Yeah.
Hail and well met.
The gnome. When you say that, the gnome like jumps like hey, we got visitors. A couple of them reach for their weapons, and you see the captain look at you and say, "And what business do you have?"
Oh, we're sailing to Modicto. I am the captain of my crew, and we noticed that the ship of the Chainbreaker was here. Figured we might stop by, say hello, let her know that slavery seems to be back on the rise.
I've noticed.
Hello.
She says. So. And what did you say your crew was called?
I can't remember. Are we the Knights of the False Sun or just the False Sun crew?
You're
The False Sun
False
crew.
Sun crew.
False Sun crew of the Suda Solaire.
We don't.
Yep.
We don't
That's
have any
us.
fancy titles other than that.
Yeah.
You know of us?
Don't want to be pretentious.
I guess we killed some devils and demons and things.
Well, I mean, that's
impressive.
just.
I had heard through the grapevine that a crew called the False Sun, crew had taken down some people trying to resurrect the Wranglers clan.
Mm,
Who was that?
The Wranglers of
Oh, remember
Wranglers.
the Wranglers of the Chain.
remember that gnome? That gnome that we killed and I took his pistols? Remember they had Guppy?
The watchmaker?
No, they
Oh.
had Guppy.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Guppy.
Yes. They've been sailing these waters,
We've killed a lot of people.
and I've been taking them down, doing my job.
Oh, well.
Mm.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
She takes her hand off her weapon. She doesn't relax, though. So, what business do you have, then? Very few people approach us just to say hi.
I mean, I interrupted and say, like, I would guess nice to see the book again.
You're
cutting
yeah,
out
you
real hard.
you cut out a lot. I did not hear what you said.
Oh, I was saying, like, I was saying, like, I would interrupt. I would just to say hi again, like of a good book again.
Yeah.
Seeing them like in the flesh.
Right. Well, I don't do book signings. You'd have to talk to the only colleague that seems to have stayed in contact with me, she says, and you can feel a bit of vitriol and somewhat pettiness at that.
How many colleagues do you have?
I used to be on a crew of 6,
Ooh.
and then one by one they left. But I have a new crew now
So,
that are more loyal.
Oh,
There's
well,
more
that's
of
good
them.
then.
right?
No, there's 6 people here. Same amount.
Seems pretty standard for a crew size.
Yes. Well,
It seems hard to deal with a large ship.
the ship handles itself.
It's a lot bigger than ours.
Yeah, you
A
look
lot
back
of,
and you see
work.
it's like a man of war.
Yeah.
You can see some of the if you pull out your spyglass, you can see some of the ropes are tying themselves, and stuff.
Oh, wow,
Oh,
it really
it's-
does handle itself.
I've been doing this a long time.
That's really impressive. I'm gonna have to look into that enchantment and see if we can get it for our own ship. Sort of the main reason that we came over here in our dinghy. Is there like a way to be officially recognized like as pirates? Because otherwise we're just like a group of people that sail on the ocean and do stuff and sometimes kill people.
Do you have a flag?
We do. I pointed the flag on
We
our
do?
ship. Of course we do. It came with the ship. Ah, fuck! I'm getting a phone call.
All right. Well, as you're
It came with the ship.
as you're dealing with the phone call, let's get to some other interactions. The chain.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Alright.
Someone take notes while I'm gone.
All right. The chain breaker pulls out a pot and puts it on the fire and starts to cook some food. And the goblin just sits back and against a tree and just rests and says, "Yeah, you're a bit of an odd bunch, aren't you?"
How so?
Well, one thing, it's never really seen a crew that short that wasn't like all kobolds or something.
You're short.
I know. But we also got the tall guy over there. We got Clive. And he gestures to the Furbolg, who's just like,
Look, we used to have a tall guy.
used to. Well, you have my condolences. I'm Vern, by the way, and he holds out his hand to shake.
I'm not sure I want to touch that.
Why?
I don't know where it's been.
Here? On this tree?
That's a little rude.
You want to shake my hand?
I'm Raja. Raja will shake his hand.
Nice to meet you. As he does.
Nice to meet you too.
Interesting.
Hmm?
Huh. You're not from this plane, are you?
I mean, I was born on this plane, but my people, I really don't know. May have, I don't know, origins might have been maybe a little more Fey, but
That's it.
I was born on this plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just their tails are just gonna be kind of like wagging a little bit.
Yeah. Well, nice to meet you. I've studied the nature of the planar system, so I can tell when someone has connections to another plane, you know?
Sushi is gonna get distracted by Raja's tails.
Yeah.
They are very fluffy.
She tries to bat at them.
Soon the smell of food fills the area.
Oh, that smells so good.
Would you like to join us? The Chainbreaker asks.
Only if you're inviting us.
Yes. Only for dinner. This is not an invitation to the crew. There have been people who have misunderstood that, so I want to be clear.
I think it's
I mean,
always
we
good to be
have a
very
ship.
clear
I
with
don't
your
think we can
intentions.
fit it. I mean, your ship's big, but I don't think we could fit ours on top of yours anyway.
Yours would need to be equipped with modifications in order to keep up with ours.
We can
Gotcha.
teleport.
Can you plane shift?
Not as far as I know yet.
Yeah, I thought.
Maybe in the future. Who knows?
So, where are you from?
Old
The-
shit.
I had heard of this False Sun crew, but I hadn't heard much beyond y'all had taken down one of the slaver ships. It's not common
I
for a
wasn't there
ship.
for that.
Oh,
Alright, I just joined within the last few weeks, months, something like that. I'm pretty new.
I see.
We met her because she stopped us from teleporting to our ship.
As she starts to pour the stew into bowls, you hear the tiefling say to you, Sushi, that's some interesting armor you got.
Mm-hmm.
Your armor, it's interesting.
Yeah, I grew up with it.
Probably not on you.
It was made for me.
Nobody took notes.
I took notes.
There's nothing in the thing.
Yes, there are. Look at it closer.
It didn't let me scroll down.
The furball
Right.
Clive sits next to you, Olivier, and says, "So, you took someone's pistols? Mind if I take a look?"
Sure. I kind of had to cannibalize parts from one to fix the other, but
Oh,
I'd pull out my pepper box.
he takes it and looks over and is like, "Huh, things."
I did have it fixed in McCreer.
Yeah, this thing looks like it was homemade.
Yeah, I did get it off a gnome.
Yeah. The workmanship's kind of crap, though.
What else do you expect from a slaver?
That is fair. Still, though, it's really good way to get parts to repair stuff. I'm a bit of a tinker myself.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not very good at it. I had to use my thieves' tools and it broke them.
Oh, that's a shame.
I got new ones. Though.
Oh, that's good. You,
Sushi's gonna polish her sword.
the Chainbreaker hands a bowl to the giant metal one with the steam stacks coming out of its back. The one wearing the Oni mask and wearing and having samurai armor. And it takes it and just takes the bowl and just stomps towards the tents.
Large.
I like
Made a
their
few words,
mask.
that one, huh?
It looks neat.
No, it's don't mind Rui. They're it's complicated.
Hmm.
Livier's gonna like hold his chin for a bit. Is like to the tinker. Is he one of them newfangled warforges?
It's complicated. They're
A lot of things are complicated.
no, don't take it personally. They're just in a bad mood because they're armor.
Nah.
Yeah. Used to be the
Not a lot of people know where I'm from.
yeah, no, Rui used to be the first mate to well, let's just say that this ain't the first Pirate King Rui's been a first mate to.
I look at Sushi. Huh.
Not a lot of people know where I'm from. Especially not people who are kind of tech looking.
Sushi, as far as you were aware, the only first mate your father ever had, at least when you were alive, was Soba.
Nerd.
And you've never even heard you've never even heard of him mentioning anyone that resembles this Rui person, this Rui robot.
Yeah. I don't expect he would. She would know much.
Yeah.
How's that spelt, by the way, Rui?
RUI.
All right, that's what I guessed.
Yeah.
Right.
Soba just looks at her stew, and quietly sips.
Well, this is good stew.
I pride myself in my ability to cook. People tend to doubt my abilities whenever I bring up that I'm exceptional.
I mean, you're more than just a pirate king. You've got other hobbies.
Of course. Cooking my own food is the only way to ensure that I'm not poisoned.
That's what I guessed.
Yeah, I mean, you have a bunch of hobbies too, don't you, Lemire? What are your hobbies?
None that are really a craft.
Gambling?
I don't know if gambling counts as a hobby. More of a curse.
A profession.
Sushi, as your
I did
as your
try whittling when I was 13, but it didn't last. It didn't go very well.
Sushi, as you're having this conversation, go ahead and roll perception.
When Levere says it didn't go very well, he does hold on to his left thumb.
10.
Yeah, okay. Once you get done talking to him, you notice that Soba has left.
I'm gonna go looking for Soba.
All right. Where do you look?
In the trees.
In the what? In the trees?
Trees.
All right. As you wander around, you can see that she is a little bit further down the tree line, smoking a cigarette.
Wait, did you take one of Levere's?
Roll perception.
Nat 1.
You don't know. Or, well, Levere doesn't know. But yes, she did. She rolled a nat 20 on her sleight of hand, so I felt it probably wasn't a... it was probably best not to mention.
Did you already take it out of my list?
No, I didn't.
Alright. I will mark one off.
Uh,
And then after eating his stew, Levere's gonna have one himself.
Alright. Yeah, Soba just in the tree line, leaning against a tree, taking a puff from the cigarette.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm gonna go sit next to her.
Well, you're not gonna sit with the others? You're not gonna socialize?
I don't know. I don't have much to talk about.
Well, that's a relief. I guess you were pretty young whenever you last met this Pirate King.
Let's see. It would have been... Well, I mean, it would have obviously been before I was 12. But I guess I was basically an adult then. Probably around when I was 6? 7?
5.
Wee high to a wee low.
Do you think
all right?
everything's fine? I just came to see for myself. I am going to tell you that you shouldn't interact with that big one.
Why not?
It's not a good idea.
But I want to know what's going on.
I'm sure you'll learn when you're older. I don't think you're ready for it.
I've been an adult for like 6 years. Almost 7. Actually, it would be 7 by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, your birthday was like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah, I guess she's
let's
now
see.
19. Huh?
It's been 3 weeks minus a couple days, and then another week and a half. It's been about 5 weeks.
It's been a
I've
month.
been an adult for 7 years.
You know, that's what I mean.
I don't.
You're rash.
I don't understand.
If you try to talk to that one, you're probably gonna get in a fight.
I mean, that was probably gonna happen anyway.
Exactly.
Oh, you come here for a smoke break too?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, I bummed one off you.
that's where it went. I thought I was missing one. Yeah, I lit it up and the furball started, like, making, like, his nose went up a bit, so I figured
Would
I might as
Levere
well.
have even noticed that one was missing, considering the nat 20 and the nat 1?
I mean, Levere counts it. You didn't notice it being...
He figured he probably either, like, lost it when the wave hit, like, last week, or...
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just smoked one and didn't, like, and forgot about the number.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
that's just my advice to you. Whether you take it or
If
don't.
you don't think I should get into a fight, maybe we can do something to make it less likely that I'll get into a fight.
Like what?
Help me out of this armor.
Alright. She starts bringing... she starts unbuckling and untying and doing all the stuff to remove the armor. It takes about 10 minutes. Or, well, actually, it'd be 5 minutes.
I'm gonna be honest, it probably takes even, like, for the samurai version of the armor, it probably takes less time because they're more convenient straps. It's
Yeah,
just that they can be removed offensively easier as well.
Yeah, so it takes about 5 minutes and you're out and in your regular outfit.
Do I have robes, or is my regular outfit still just pants and a chest wrap?
I figured it was pants and a chest wrap.
Alright. I'm going to return to everyone else.
Alright. You don't see
And
you
stretch.
don't see the big one because it's still in the tent, but
Razor would be making a flower crown, and then she's going to... Was it the captain? What's your favorite color?
mine.
Hmm?
Mine?
Yes.
Oh. I really thought about it. I'd say probably green.
You're just gonna, like, dig into her bag a little bit, fiddle for a minute, and then pull out a green flower. Ta-da!
Oh, thank you. She picks it up and just pockets it, not really sure what to do. The goblin says, "Oh, cool! You can do that too." And pulls and starts to druid craft. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is orange.
All right. He makes he druid crafts a couple flowers and weaves it into a flower crown of orange, yellow, and reds, and hands it to you.
Thank you so much. Just gonna put it on her head.
It's always fun to find a friendly
What's your-
face.
I mean, I can't really do this, like, normally, but I have this special little wand thingy. She's gonna pull out the wand.
Oh, nice. Seems well made. Yeah, gives it a sniff.
Oh,
He's
thank
like,
you.
"Is that cherry wood?"
I believe so.
Nice.
It was a gift, actually.
And a hint of lavender.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, mine? Oh, I love all of them. There's just so much
And I know
beauty in
just
the world.
the thing. Just gonna finish with her flower crown that was, like, of different colors. There you go.
Oh, thank you. He puts it on. He puts it around his neck to sort of blend in with the flowers that were around the collar of his furs.
One of my favorite things to do is to play with flowers.
All right. So, as everyone's interacting, talking, Sushi, you enter the tent, and it is far bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. It is a full room with decor that is very similar to your room on the ship, if you're going to be honest. It's absolutely reminds you of home. But you see the big metal samurai is currently sitting crisscross with the back face to you. You notice that there's the empty bowl of stew next to it, and says, "You've come to kill me."
I don't think so.
I recognized your sword, and I recognized your armor. Nezumi Sushi, daughter of Nezumi Sashimi.
I'm not sure how you would recognize my sword. It was locked away.
You're not the first person I've seen. You're not the first person to try to kill me. And I'm sure that your father sent you here to rend my soul, to ensure that I do not die, or I do not survive. They get up and grab the naginata and get in a defensive stance.
Sushi is not standing. She has already sat down to look at him. Sword across her lap. And she's... I mean, to be fair, she has to look up quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Things like 7 or 8 feet tall.
For Sushi, who's already rather short, to be on the ground looking up, it's like practically like looking straight up. Ah. Hello there.
As you're looking at it up close in this stance, you can see that it does appear to have been damaged, most likely in the fight that scuttled the slaver ship.
I want to see what it looks like under the damage.
Under the damage, you can see pipes, you can see cogs. Every now and then, from like a crack in the side, you can see a steam just jutting out just a little bit. But most of the steam is being vented through the steam pipe on the back.
So you're wounded.
Do not think that will make it easier.
If I sought easy fights, I wouldn't have been kicked out.
Stand and wield your sword so that we may have an honorable fight, or die like a coward.
May I ask why?
You know why. Why else would you be here hunting me?
My father removed me from my home.
Roll persuasion.
Motherfucker!
As you finish saying that, does a 16 hit?
Alright, let me just remove my armor so that is correct. Yes.
All right. Rui
With armor, she has 19. Without armor, it's 14.
Rui
Quite a big difference.
swings the Naginata and stabs it into the ground next to you, slicing you in the process and doing 10 points of slashing damage. What do you do? Oh, and also go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah, alright. 20. 19.
What's your dex?
It's a 16, which is a +3. I thought it was +4 for some reason.
All right.
Oh, I was misreading. I was reading the proficiency bonus. That's why I thought it was +4.
Okay. Then that means you go first.
I sigh, walking up and standing.
All right, standing will take half your movement. Rui is 10 feet away because the Naginata has reach.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to do this?
Your father's plan will not work.
My father has no plans. The last time he had any form of a plan was before we returned to the island.
Alright. So, what's your move?
Sushi sighs and then just... She's going to draw her sword, which in this case, because the she doesn't have her armor on, so she doesn't have the thing fastened correctly. She basically has to like drop the sheath.
Yeah. Just swing it in a way that causes the sheath to fly off.
Fine. If I can't prove you with my words, I'll have to prove with my actions. Alright, I will attack.
Alright, roll to attack.
Alright, first things first. First things first, I'm giving myself Fighting Spirit, which gives me 5 temp HP. Also gives me advantage on weapon rolls. That is 1 nat 20.
Alright. Roll all your attacks first and then damage later. Oh, okay.
I kind of have to.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess I can.
I know.
It does, it does the automatic thing. That is 23.
That hits.
Then Action Surge. Where's my Action Surge button? There you are. That's 27.
That hits.
And 20. 30, 20.
That hits.
Okay, so that's... That is a total of 20... 1 sec. 20... 30... 40...
1, 2, 3 plus.
Hmm.
8. What's 7 minus 2?
5.
That would be 45 slashing damage.
Jesus Christ.
And
Yeah.
it is specifically focused on disabling a limb rather than full damage.
All right. Which limb?
Like,
Hmm.
does it seem like the type of person who would be able to, I don't know, like have a limb reattached
Yeah.
because of all this?
Yeah. You don't see any like. Yeah. From what you've heard from the descriptions that Lavier's had of the few warforges that he's heard of, they can probably reattach limbs.
Alright, I'll be cutting off one arm.
All right.
I'm gonna focus all of the damage to cut off one of the arms, the one that's, you know how one of the arms directs the damage and the other one pushes hard?
Yeah.
She's going to cut off the one that is the maneuvering one, which I think is actually the offhand.
Okay. One thing.
It depends on how you.
One thing you notice. This figure does appear to be left-handed, so you attack the right hand, which you managed to get your sword in and wedge it into a part that was already damaged, and just push against it and get enough leverage. Just go like, pa, as the large hand just falls on the ground. Steam spews from it, and you can see cogs and oil dripping down. Oil dripping down your sword. It says, "Well, you have some skill, certainly." Is that the end of your turn?
I always. That is the end of my turn. Yes.
Let me show you my skill.
Listen, I feel like being able to do 4 attacks and land 4 attacks, all of which with advantage on one turn, is a good enough thing to have at level 9.
Oh,
That's
absolutely. So Rui's going to attack. First attack is going to be a natural 20 for 12 damage. Same as you. Second attack is going to be fucking hell, not one. What the shit?
Tiki. Well, he did just have his guiding arm cut off.
Oh shit, you're right. That means I should have been rolling at disadvantage, which means it would have been a natural 1. Fuck. Okay. Natural 1 as the as they swing down off balance and fall onto a knee with their first attack.
Oh wait, what was the damage before?
No
damage.
No damage. I should have.
I know. What was it originally?
12.
Because I need to undo.
It was
that.
12, same as your
Okay, so
nat
that's
20.
5, which was terrible. By
Oh,
the way.
yeah.
I got 12 with one of the other things.
It was terrible for this too.
Let's
Second
see,
attack
10,
is going to
5.
be a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right, third attack is going to be 24.
Yeah.
All right, action surge. Fourth attack is going to be 14.
That is a glancing blow.
All right. Also, can you write these down? So that's 2 hits or 1 glancing blow. This is going to be a 13, which I believe misses. And a 28.
Hits.
All right, so that's 3 hits and a glancing blow.
Yeah.
All right, 3 hits and a glancing blow. First one, 13 plus 6. That'd be 26, 27, 28. Wait, 26, 32. I say that's 32 plus 11 divided by 2 is 6. That's 32 plus. That's 38 damage as they get up and stab, stab, stab as they get a few really good slices in.
What was it total? 38?
Yes, 38. That's including the glancing blow.
That's a lot.
And as...
I am
bloodied.
How are you blood? Don't you have like over 100 health?
I have 83 health.
Oh, okay. And then as a bonus action, they're going to use Fighting Spirit. Which they...
I think you're thinking of...
Actually, no, they're not going to. They should have done that at the beginning of the turn. Never mind.
Yeah. I think you're thinking of Olivia.
Yeah, probably. They're currently... as they're definitely having a bit more trouble wielding the Naginata with only one hand, but they seem to be still using it. You're up.
Are you sure you don't want to just talk about this?
There is nothing to talk about.
I'm sure there is. You are misunderstanding who I am.
I know exactly who you are. And I know why you were sent to kill me.
My father sent me to do nothing.
Lies!
Just wanted me out of the Empire.
He's a liar and you're a liar.
He just wanted me gone.
Fight with honor. That's the least you can do and stop lying.
Alright, Fighting Spirit. 5 temp HP. Advantage. Nat 20. Another
Jeez, every nat 20's 12.
And
27 hits.
27.
That hits.
I was so close to it being a nat 20 again, but the one bounced off and then became a 2.
Yeah.
14. The second one dealt more damage than the nat 20.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Is
Alright.
Total 28 damage focused on his other arm as best I can.
Alright,
We should have a rule for whatever next campaign we have that nat 20s have at least one of the hit die be max.
Some people do that as a house
there
rule.
is. There's also the
It's a common
there is the
house
house rule of if you nat 20 you can attack again, and you know, there's the one where you can chain nat 20s if you're lucky enough. But
I feel like that would get scary very fast.
only once though. Anywho, are you gonna
Look, just be glad Sushi is a fighter and not a monk.
are you gonna
Because at the moment she would probably have dealt like 6 attacks.
are you going to oh, you mean like the like Rui did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you gonna action surge?
I only have one of those
Oh.
because I'm not a full fighter.
Right. By the way, they're looking pretty bad.
Remember, I'm not trying to deal lethal damage. I am dealing just like damage that will break parts. But I'm not dealing lethal. There's a whole thing.
You do notice that its oil is running down the running down your sword, so nothing.
Doesn't count as blood.
Yeah, nothing's being absorbed. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to clean my sword for the for real for the first time in a while.
Yeah. They're going to.
That is my turn.
All right. They're going to do attacks. No, they're gonna do rising. They're gonna do fighting spirit. All right. Gives them 10 temp HP. Oh, God damn. All right. So, they are going to roll straight, and now that because advantage cancels the disadvantage. That's a 13.
13 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so. 15.
15 hits.
15 hits as well. All right, so that's 3 hits or 2 hits. That's gonna be 14 plus 13, so that's 27.
Yeah. 27.
All right,
Oops.
you're up.
Sorry, one sec. I pressed the wrong button. I accidentally healed myself.
Oh, this person also has only one action surge. I was looking at the fighting spirit and the action surge clips, and I was getting them confused. So good.
Fighting spirit is pretty useful.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's complicated.
So it's a good thing I double checked, or else I would have accidentally used an action surge that I did not actually have.
All right. I'm going to. Do I think I can survive one more round? No. All right. I'm going to do second wind.
All right.
Which heals me 11 damage.
That's one hit with the Naginata.
And I will do 2 attacks again for disabling. Oh, god damn it. 11.
11 does not hit.
14.
14 does not hit. Your sword's
hit.
just bouncing off now. All right, it's going to attack with disadvantage. No, it falls over with a nat 1. It's gonna use half its movement to get back up. Fucking hell! It falls over again. It's starting to its legs are malfunctioning. And it's gonna use the last of its movement to get up. Let's see. What the fuck?
Was that a third
Yes!
one in a row?
Yes! What the shit? Look at this!
That's some bad luck there.
What the shit?
Hey, Soren, maybe you should have left the call for a second. If...
Oh. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
All right, its legs just seize up, and it falls over onto its back, or onto its chest.
I was half expecting you to have it like land on knees, kind of just like.
Go ahead. Oh
Anyway,
yeah, that's a good idea. Make a dex save.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like.
Who else is gonna make the deck save? Levere?
You
Dirty 20.
managed to dive out of the way in time to not get crushed. Your attacks have advantage.
All right.
If he would still attack, he's a little Not
Alright,
defenseless, but
I'm going to roll a d20 right now. If it's above 10, I am going to not attack and again try to persuade him. If it's below 10, I am going to attack to remove his other arm.
Alright, so an impulse check.
Yep. Above 10. Ah. I am going to kneel on the robot's back. Press my blade to its arm. And just say one word. Yield.
I do not.
Yield.
I do not.
I will only say it one more time.
I do not.
Why do you require to fight me?
No answer.
I don't know who you are. But if you are this angry at me for a connection that I can do nothing about, then I might as well try and make you suffer. Sushi stands up. She's not going to actually attack.
You're standing up on the back?
She is, however... No, she's walking out. She's walking off him. She is, however, going to cast a spell.
Okay.
With her action instead.
Alright.
She's casting Gnaw.
Alright.
For those at home, Gnaw is a second-level conjuration spell that summons a 10-foot radius swarm of invisible rats that try and gnaw and destroy every inanimate object within the area, as well as causing 2d8 piercing damage on a dexterity fail.
Alright.
Basically, I think they would need to make the dexterity save now.
With disadvantage because they're, does a 15
Yeah.
save?
Let's see. That is, it matches, which
Half
I think
damage.
we ruled as a save.
Uh,
Half damage? Okay.
oh, no, for a save it's meets to beat. That is
Okay,
the
yeah, so saves,
Alright,
but just barely.
so,
It still deals half damage.
oh,
though.
okay.
It's a spell, not a...
So go ahead and, roll the damage.
2 7s, lucky.
So that's
So 7 damage.
Alright. So, as these rats, like, you see the rats starting to... Well, no, you don't because they're invisible, but you hear the rats starting to pull apart the arm, digging into it. You can see the body starting to, like, spasm as steam starts to pour out of pretty much every crack, obscuring the tent. You lose visibility through the steam coming out of it, but you can still hear the rats gnawing at it. Then,
I'm not sure I can do non-lethal with this spell.
Sushi,
you can dismiss
does
it.
a 22 hit?
Yes.
From the steam, a sickle on a chain comes out and embeds itself on your shoulder. The steam starts to clear, and you can see a figure standing a few feet back. The back of the being that you were just fighting is wide open. You can see
I'm going to be honest, this is what I was expecting.
you see a small, like, you see what looks like a chair inside, as well as several levers and knobs and stuff. And you can see, having jumped back, now at the end, is a figure. A rat folk with once reddish-brown fur, now faded. She wears simple
How much damage did that deal, by the way?
The damage is max damage 8.
Cool. just want to make sure that I'm at the right health, because I kind of I try to roleplay differently if I'm bloodied or like at half of bloodied.
Yeah. So you see a rat folk wearing pants and a shirt similar to your own, with the wrapping, the cloth wrapping, and she has markings similar to yours, though faded. And she looks at you with pure vitriol.
Sushi just kind of grabs her shoulder. Yes.
She let's see. I need to. She pulls the chain back, or she pulls on the chain, and the sickle leaves your shoulder, and she catches it.
Do you agree to like a temporary truce?
Why should I let you live?
Because I wanted to talk.
That is a lie.
I didn't use my spells. Except at the
once.
end.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Sushi just actively holding on to the like gushing wound. Obviously, the sickle wound's the biggest one.
Oh yeah.
It knocked her from bloodied down to half of bloodied. It knocked her directly down. So like, she's looking a lot worse.
Yeah.
Persuasion?
Yes, persuasion.
19.
She looks at you. She looks at her armor. She says, "Who? What was she saying? How can you prove that you're not here to kill me? Why do you have that sword, if not here to kill me?"
The only thing I can give you to prove that of my intentions is the writ my father gave me. Because all it says is to leave and to work to gain honor again. As for why do I have the sword, I picked it up
Honor?
and it likes me.
What does he know about honor?
I'm not sure.
Sushi is like got a rage face kind of going. It's not exactly in the best mental state, you know, being stabbed.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
She's like, the like the anime figure that is bleeding but obviously still can fight.
Yeah.
Like just like on the edge of about to like be too.
Yeah.
Because I
Outside,
don't know.
outside of the tent, after a bit, you do hear like the sound of fighting towards the end of it. You can see steam coming out of the tent just a bit. You can see the chainbreaker pull out her sword and just hold it towards you and say, "Do not move, any of you." As the gnome and Soba rush towards the tent. Sushi, as things have started to
Yeah.
calm a bit down, you can see the gnome and Soba both enter the tent, and you can see this. You can see Rui's face have a bit of have some. She turns to face away as Soba enters the tent, as though she can't bring herself to look at Soba. The gnome just says, "What happened? What happened?"
We had a nice conversation.
He's going to
Oh, by the way, once Sushi got her to stop, like to talk, she did cancel the gnaw because it would still be going right now, and that would be kind of a pile of scrap by now.
All right. He's going to cast the gnome's going to cast a cure wounds on you. Go ahead and heal 34.
Oh. That's a good cure.
It was really good.
Hey, I'm no longer bloodied. Thanks.
I
know that stuff doesn't really matter that much in this edition, but I do like using the terms.
Oh yeah, no. It's a good way to gauge like how bad something is. By the way, the fight started with Rui's armor being bloodied. Hence the damage.
That makes sense.
So Soba just drags you out by the collar as you can see Clive enters like, "What did you do to your armor? Did you have any idea how much it's going to take to fix that? A week at most."
I don't have a collar, so the ear maybe?
No, the collar of your shirt wrappings things, whatever it is.
She grabs you by the wraps on the back
Oh,
of your
that's
wraps.
okay. I thought you meant like cloth wrapped around your.
No, it's more like, well, it's like the ones that like anime fighters have, you know, like they kinda...
She's wearing she's using ace bandages as a binder.
Oh, gross! Don't do that. That'll destroy your chest.
No, it's a traditional Japanese thing, and you do it to wrap because then it hardens your abs. So if you get stabbed, it's anyway.
Soba drags you out by the tail.
Tail.
And says, "I told you that it would end in a fight."
Well, it didn't. It hasn't ended yet.
It has ended. I'm not letting you go and fight her.
I got her to stand down.
For how long?
I don't know yet. That's why there's a thing called a conversation.
I think it'd be a terrible idea for you to have a conversation. It is one of the few.
Let's be honest.
It's one of the few things your
I have
father
a lot of
specifically
terrible
told
ideas.
me to keep from happening.
Let's be honest. I have a lot of terrible ideas.
Yeah, and this is one of the worst. Sushi, do you have any idea what your father would do to us if he found out that you were even in the same area as her?
I don't know what my father would do at all. He doesn't have consistent choices. He doesn't make consistent decisions. Everything he does, I never understood.
We need to just leave. What if this cannot get out?
Do you think they're going to be telling him?
Of course not. They hate him, and he hates them.
Well, I'm sure I can trust you. can't I?
Yes.
Please, just one conversation. I need to know what this was about.
I can tell you. I'll tell you. Just can't.
Sushi gives her a hug, leans forward and leans into her ear. But with this, how can I be sure you'll tell me the truth?
You said you trust me.
Trust, but verify.
They can verify. And she gestures to the crew, who the chainbreaker has started to relax, as you can see the gnome and Rui coming out of the tent, and Clive just yelling at Rui for breaking the armor again, apparently.
I don't think word will get out.
I don't want to take chances. As you all go back to the fire, and things have simmered down.
Sushi is gonna pick up her bowl that is still filled with food, but probably very cold now.
Yeah. As she does, Soba turns to you and says, "The reason why your father and this crew don't see eye to eye is because, well, Rui used to be his first mate, and then she left just a few days over 13 years ago.
Wouldn't that be the last time? Sushi trails off.
You can see Rui still refusing to look at Soba. Sushi, do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't know. I don't remember that.
Of course you wouldn't. You were only a few days old.
But Sushi just kind of stares off into the distance for a minute.
Alright. As you do, Rui speaks up and says, "I had every right to leave. He was on a warpath, and I wasn't going to do that. He was willing to sell. He was willing to sell his honor for power."
Sushi says 3 words that her father has told her before. 3 words that she remembers since she was young. Possibly the last 3 words that he said before she left. Honor is power.
Rui turns to you and says, "Do you really not know who I am?"
I'm not sure how I would.
She sighs and says, Sushi, I'm your mother. And I think that's where we're getting this session.
Yep. Yeah. No. That.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. No. That's a good stopping point. Thank you everybody for watching. Definitely check out some of the other stuff. Next week we have the finale of Curse of Strahd. Also on...
Yeah, let's see if they actually manage to beat the emo vampire.
We have plans. We're workshopping plans.
The vampire that is somehow more emo than Twilight.
Yeah. So, there is also on the channel, I recently finished Kirby 64. There should also be Dark Souls on the channel finally.
That sounds complicated.
I like Dark Souls. I've beaten Dark Souls a number of times.
I've never played Dark Souls, and I probably never will.
You've also beaten Kirby 64 a number of times.
I have. Anywho, also there's Katamari, and I think Scraps is also gonna have something new on the channel, maybe. I'm not sure. We tried to record something, but there was a storm where he was that took out his internet, so he didn't get a chance. Yeah. Anywho, comment challenge of the day. What's your favorite kind of stew? Or soup? I like potato soup.
Beef stew.
Minestrone.
Minestrone is pretty good.
I also like a thick thing, like for a stew, like with roux inside.
Yeah.
It depends on what it's being served in. On its own, just as is, probably like a nice hearty homemade chicken soup is my favorite. How like I will just like grab a mug and fill it with the broth after I get my bowl.
Yeah.
But if it's a bread bowl,
lentils go really good with bread.
It's got to be either like a nice thick beef stew or chicken tortilla soup.
Yeah.
Lentil goes really good in a bread bowl.
Anywho, with that out of the way, there's nothing left to say but good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.